You are watching Eswatini TV, Sibuko Semaswati.
Beautiful time, beautiful day once again on a Monday, the 26th of October, the year is 2020. Hello and welcome. A beautiful Monday, a beautiful show where you are going to catch up most of the details that took place over the weekend and some of the build-ups heading to this coming weekend. A special guest, of course, is going to be in the studio today to talk about the preparations of the national championships under the Athletics Association, as you can see on the screens. We will have the incoming public relations officer stroke director. So I've heard there's many positions that he's occupying. Mr. Victor Dlamini Vici. A lot to talk about him, and then he's going to give us a clue about what to expect over the weekend, what is going to happen with the national champs, what is the current situation of the preparations to date. Otherwise, moving on, over the weekend we witness different activities, including pool resumption of their league. We witness, of course, cricket also were in action. We also monitored Techball that continued their journey of informing and preaching about the sport, as you can see on the visuals. Talking about tennis, the association also hosted an under 10 and under 12 tournament in Mhlume, just to keep up with the standard of the sport. All that is going to be live here on Eswatini TV. I will be also joined later on by the in-house analyst Anita Dlamini to give you more details. Also internationally, what's happening with, of course, the Premier League, the Premier Soccer League in the Republic of South Africa having resumed. Also some breaking news that touches on one of the greatest goalkeeper in that country, Senzo Meyiwa, where some of the suspects actually have been arrested today. All that is going to be live here on Eswatini TV. I'm already in the company of Victor Dlamini Mafikane, my leader. Hey, you were never ready, man. Eh? And then the Deep Blue Ocean, then athletics went again.
Yeah, a very good evening to you, Fabrice, and the viewers at home. Fabrice, you see, I'm a sportsman through and through. It's true that I'm involved with football, but I'm singler. I'm a sports my brother. Vele.
Labanenga bathi ukuthi wayidlwa nebhola. Isolo ngathi wayedlalela ama under 10, ama under 17, under 18 nawumncane.
Yeah, it's true, Fabrice. I played for Swallows, Yalambaba, Nema Juniors, Manda 17, Manda 20, way back like Boma, Besakula, in fact. Yes, but I played for Swallows, Iminyagana, Fabrice. Yes.
Look, Bugera on TV right now. You will never forget about 2 years preaching about the deep blue ocean. Now we're into athletics, the change of scenario.
My brother, before I'm a sportsman through and through. Ngaba Matsapa United as CEO wakhona, and in fact bese push. Bese pusha, but last khona nyalo. Last khulume.
All right.
Yes.
That was a quick introduction just for the viewers.
Bese pusha, my brother.
When you push.
Beba tease.
Huh? What's in mind?
Erasmatas.
Uyabuya ina sebuya. Now, you are the public relations officer, stroke director of Athletics Association. There is so much passion for the sport itself. The drive itself. Now, maybe just getting to the questions and some of the things that we have to talk about today is about you coming at the time of COVID. You came at the time where now the sport was under threat with this COVID. How tough has it been? I mean, the resumption of the sport under these strict conditions. When you took over, there's things you had to take care of.
Yes, Fabrice, I'm the public relations, not director.
Okay,
yes,
right,
my brother, Athletics Eswatini leadership in a vision. And bazama approacher, badla nampass. Ngabuka lokuthi uyatinaba abantu lengakhona kusebenza lapho simbona le vision yabo. yeah baholi laba nene vision
True.
lenhle. Having said that, Fabrice, ngifika lana vele ngesikhathi se COVID-19 lengathi vele umhlaba wonke sine semidlalweni umhlaba wonke vele kumadima ngale COVID. But nje kufika kwami lana ngicabanga ukuthi umuntu ufike ne vibe la kule association whereby siyaphusha and vele le COVID-19 I must say that vele isisebenzise kabi kakhulu bese ifisela ukuthi wena Fabrice athletics mawukhumbula lokuthi bekuhamba nje kuyogijinywa kubede spectators bantu nje bangathathwe le sport serious so kuta kwami lapha ukuthi sporting isimarket and siqale kubona abantu bahamba bawubukela emadubane bete in their numbers and lokho sta achieve uma nje sawubambisana nalama relevance structures otherwise vele le COVID-19 my brother vele isimise kabi kumedine ngivele brother timile asikholo lotho sikuphusha.
I mean ngibuka nathi tithombe on the screen, these are preparations for building up to the national champs. Akona ama challenges la kuvetile vele ukuthi no spectators there. Some of the things that maybe you are facing as challenges. What are the other challenges that you are facing in preparing for the big occasion? As we saw there, those are the build-ups, yes.
Yes, in fact mawukhuluma ngalama national championships umva ngakhatha ukuthi kufuneka abe khona onke la track events.
True.
La fake khathi bo 100 meters 200 4 ma relays 1.5 800 3000 ne 5000 but ke ngaloko ukuthi sikule simo les sale COVID-19 so vele sigcine sesiwakhatha amanye ama events la wala nabantu abaningi kakhulu because abakhulunywa ngabo social distancing so mawufaka nje bo 5000 vele simathi maybe kutaba nebulukhuni so ke lama athletes lamanye alama long distances vele angisho ukuthi vele wona asabe deprived ngenza baye COVID-19 so nyalo vele Fabrice lesinawo ema events for le national championships sine 100 meters ngoba yona umuntu ugijima ku lane yakhe sibe ne 200 meters sibe ne 4 bese ba nema relays ngaleke ka field sine javelin shot put ne discus throw.
Yes, discus throw. Yeah. Mbembuka tithombe nyaro, maybe we'll just come back to them a bit now. The level of readiness. I think I was there about the first time on the Mhlaga 3 and then last weekend Mhlaga 17. The athletes are expressing the readiness. You can see the lady in front there, that's Pumela Nzeneza. But what is emotionally, what is because this is one of the biggest events in the country, as you can see Pumela there on the screen. They will need to represent us outside the country, but it's in readiness. Banjani na ubabuka wena good experience yakho Ngosi?
Fabrice angibonge umvakasho lokuthi ezushito lokuthi saba nema build ups lamabili in preparation for the main event yamhla ka31 that is the coming Saturday. So mhla ka3 namhla ka17 lo mhla ka3 le standard besingasi lebesi kahle uma ubuka but ke kulesibili build up la mhla ka17 bobona ukuthi the athletes they are pushing.
True.
And wabona ukuthi vele bane kufisa kwenda much more better.
True.
Compared to logo la bakona that day. So we hope and believe that ngalo Saturday lesiyabuye batabe seba ready because mhlenje ngichecka Fabrice ngivele ukuthi no vele ba busy ne training and batimisela and si kusifisa lokuthi ngalomhla ka 31 ba break ema national records and sikhathi lesi lekufuna lokho sikubone event and sinawo ke lamathletes lawo latiwa ko bo Swazi Bolt nabo Phumlile but there are upcoming athletes lamanye nawo lo wabona lapha ukuthi ayaphusha
usakhuluma ngama upcoming athletes Ngosi ngicabanga ukuthi this is the only areas ngasho ukuthi kuvumelekile kwanyaro ukuthi bangathilolonga.
Yes.
So kusho ukuthi kusukela mhla ka17 kuze kube this coming weekend kusho ukuthi 2 weeks. I don't think bonke banendlela yokufika la emavuso. How do they keep up with their standard, because 2 weeks maybe you need to keep up your fitness. Abakone, maybe some of them labasuke emakhaya ukuthi bethe to the Mavuso area to train. What's the process currently?
Yeah, Fabrice ngathi usho yona. It's a pity vele ukuthi mawukhuluma ngale facility le track vele isemanzini eMavuso nakasomhlolo vele lamanye ama regions we do have athletes vele bagijima ema grounding.
True.
Of which lapha batabe baku track so vele bataba disadvantaged. But ke having said that banabo coach.
True.
Une top watch umuntu usebenda ukuthi alwe usathola isikhathi lesingcono. So we believe ukuthi bo coach that they're doing umsebenzi wabo. That's why ngithi vele expect ivavavuma.
Ivavavuma. Asisingene kulelanga lelikhulu ke Dlamini. The day on this coming Saturday. Also sichazele nje kasibafishane ukuthi ilanga nime kanjani i-events, ma breakdown of the events, arrival kwendekana all the things.
Okay, Fabrice umvakasho lokuthi nga 7 to 7 i-arrival of Emma athletes.
True.
And then bese kuthi from the 7 to 8 kutaba ne-screening
for COVID.
For COVID, yes. All the athletes, officials, wonke loyala lutaba lapha utascreenwa then bese bangena e-stadium 9 o'clock ayaqala ema events. Angisho lokuthi sine ma events lamancane ezingishito lokuthi sine 100 meters ne 200 meters ne 4 sema relays 4x4 then sema throws and umvu akakubeke besoba lokuthi vele ema spectators lapha vele asingawagathi banu nje bangayinga lapha e-stadium. Vele kude kutaba nalama athletes nalama officials ne medical commission letabe khona bisebenda. Otherwise Fabrice sesi ready. Ngicabanga sesi ready 95% already kwethu for host event le. Lo sele few days ngicabanga sitabe sesiqedze konke lokulesabe sikwenda. But ke vele angisho ukuthi le COVID-19 guidelines and regulations vele swabona ngemehlo labovu athletes atasimangene eKhaza Stadium vele kube nale social distancing and but awu sanitizer mabangena stadium ngisho segijinywa uma kusuka ngibese nje ngalama relays nalama starter blocks.
True.
Nawo nje atawusanitizwa ngisho bashintsha bona atawusanitizwa so that vele wonke mvu aphephe vele siyabisa embili lama precautions COVID.
Nangabe khona lo yes ngiyakuva ngokuthi nangabe khona one of the athletes is listening now right now, press breakdown angifuna ukuthi uvete ukuthi number 1 nginika 1 million what just to say ikhona in press breakdown.
Yes, Fabrice ikhona imali ekhona ukuthi lama athletes labo laba performe kahle laba winile bathole something lokho kukhona Fabrice siyabethembisa Dingijimi Dalakhaya Eswatini.
Wow, there have it. Thank you very much Mr. Dlamini for being here, and I think maybe who knows one of these good days ungazuvela again just for now football reasons, because I know you're a passionate person, you want to talk about also football even though now you are into athletics.
Mfethu asengiphushele namfethu otherwise Fabrice sengiphetha vele kumcoka lokuthi bantu bathi lokuthi lama athletics lawa vele sina kwaphusha swabeke kulenye i-level.
So kufika kwakho ngokuthi you are a person une from
Erasmus Ivavavu.
There you have it. That is Mavikana, the Public Relations Officer of the Athletic Association of Eswatini. One person, one would say, a well-vested person in terms of sporting activities. Talk about football. He has been in the industry. Talk about athletics. The well-known person, of course, his experience to try and publicize any event we can put him through. Explaining that this coming weekend, it's the National Championships, and it's going to be lit and beautiful. We keep up with him, of course, in the course of the week on our daily news programs to find out how is the readiness of the athletes is, how is the readiness of the association is. Otherwise, the upcoming is our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini, on the way to give us also the rest of activities that took place over the weekend. But to welcome Mr. Dlamini, I'll give you this sport montage for the weekend.
was a young girl, I always dreamed of playing golf. I swung and swung and swung until I realized my dream of becoming a professional golfer.
The season so far has belonged to Nobuhle Dlamini.
With a 5th ranking at the Sunshine Tour Order of Merit, a win in the Joburg Ladies Open and many other achievements under her name, Nobuhle Dlamini, the ladies golf champion, is part of the Supersport Let's Play family.
The hours I spent practicing my golf swing and being physically active ensured that I was mentally sharp for my school books and the golf course. Now more than ever, as we stay away from school and stay indoors, keeping fit and exercise has become critical to maintain a healthy mind and body. Remember to stay safe and play it safe. I'm Nobuhle Dlamini and I'm proud to be part of the Supersport Let's Play family.
TV license pay and win competition. Fabulous prizes up for grabs. Don't miss out on the TV license pay and win competition. The competition will run from the 30th of September to 10th November 2020. Prizes include set-top boxes, a TV set, DSTV decoders, cash and IT analysis for a winning business. To enter the competition, buy the Times of Eswatini, cut out the filled in strip and drop it off at any of the Times offices or upload cut out to https://tblcom.jelele.com. The competition is open to individuals 18 years and older and businesses too. Entrants must be in possession of devices which are capable of communication or transmitting or recording TV signals. The more the entries meet, the higher the chances of winning. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome you once again, whichever platform you're using right now to monitor or lively watch us on your number one channel, Eswatini TV. It could be your school channel, of course. It could be your YouTube channel. Do make sure that you do subscribe after the program. Even right now, you can subscribe to make sure that you do get a notification whenever we are live here in the studio. I'm already in the company of Linda Dlamini, our in-house analyst, to give us the weekend overview. In a good form. Always.
Fabrice ngiyakuvusela ngiyabonga kumukeleka la studio. Ngiyakuthokoza lokukhulu uvusela ama loyal viewers. I'm a happy man. Finally ama national champs atabakhona nge weekend. Finally one of the biggest competitions lesinawo ku sport calendar locally la Eswatini.
Ngosi ayikuthi ngiyakhetha noma ini, but I've seen whenever we're discussing all the sporting codes, I think Eswatini Sports and Recreation Council has about 30-something, 33, 34 association affiliated. So among those associations, there are sports that we talk about. When you get to them, we are very vocal. There is cricket, there is athletics, and there is football. What's your passion about these three sports?
In fact, almost every sport ngiwakhuluma with passion, ngiwakhuluma futhi ngekulingana, nanginikiwe le platform ukuthi ngiwakhuluma ngekulingana. Uyathi ngiyabekisa nje tennis, sike sakhuluma nawe ngayo kabanti, ngikhuluma ngikhombisa nakho passion. Ipool every time nangikhuluma ngayo uyabona ukuthi yinvo lengithandzako nayo, but it's kuhlukile ngala ku cricket namatubane because lawo ma sports wonke umuntu une favorite yakhe ngeke uzukubalekele lo noma azama kangana ukubalansisa even your mother is that favorite son yakhe uyakwathi lokho. So ngicabanga ukuthi nami matubane ne cricket they are my favorite.
Hey, I was never ready, man. Okay, all right. Now, there you have it. That's in the studio. I mean, you're involved in Tech Ball as technical director. Over the weekend, people about the sport, but this time around, saying more attention to people living with disability, especially deaf people. How is it going so far? How is the sport?
Yes, about 2 weeks ago, Begula Pagalobamba, Olympia Center, lapho khona balambabane laba deaf association ba ngala embabane bona ke Fabrice badlala ku tech light litafula tech light lihlukile kunaleli ligoqwako ulivela liphusha ngala masondo but kamanzini weekend
why lihlukene ngale lesilasathi
le tech one le siyibona la tithombeni le lesentshetiswa kuma competitions shosi nje
so this is international standard.
This is international standard. They were very very fortunate ukuthi beve the feel of le tech one yet the previous the past 2 weeks ngesikhathi sikalubamba beyokusentshetiswa le tech light lengicaba ukuthi baphumile ngentinombolo tabo. I'm happy ukuthi some of them labe bakhona kalubamba bebakhona na even nasezakhele nake wento le activation and le tinombolo Fabrice ngicabanga njengoba ngishilo ukuthi if bataba khona labanye babe khona kalubamba baphinze bathi bona bafuna kuba khona ezakhele ngicabanga ukuthi kukakhombisa lokuthi bafuna kanganani lokuchubeka abadlali
you're the technical director Dlamini udlala inzima lenkulu kule association ucommunicate kanjani nalabantu laba kubathekile ngoba ngikhumbula kahle uthele knowledge kahle when it comes to science or there is support we see maybe from the visuals
yes Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi sikulesigaba leso vele ukuthi sikhona communicator na wonke umuntu
look at the busy or aspect of things. I mean
everyone must be
look
involved.
At how busy
in fact umthetho ka coaching Fabrice uthi
senza kuba worried ngale nombolo ye covid ngibuka on the screen
social distancing be maintain of Fabrice ngilanza nayindzaba ukuthi ubuka ngathi wonke umuntu involved ujabulile umthetho wa coaching sayisithi nasifundisa abo coach sithi wonke umuntu kumele abe involved angabe selomunye nakahleli na kuyi group yabo 10 webantu bese lomunye uyabhoreka uyabona bese evale training kungathi seyiyabhora ngicabanga ukuthi wonke umuntu udinga ukuthi abe involved nabo coach nangala ebholeni nakuphi kuphi bafundisa ukuthi i group yebamvu akameli bese sebayabhoreka wonke umuntu achubeke adlale.
All right, now having of course taken their time and give it a much anticipated attention, especially to people living with disability, we also had to hear the reactions, of course, from the event. Listen to this.
We started a partnership with the tech ball team. We asked for them to train us on this new sport because it's new to us. We have never seen it before, but it's a very nice sport. So today is our second session. We started in Babane, so this is our second session. We've invited deaf people to come and then the tech ball. It's very nice. Many deaf people enjoy it very much and they are eager to learn it. It's a very nice sport. That is what we want. That is our objective. We really want that. We are fully committed to that objective. We want to be fully involved and we hope that we will make many teams and also make sure that we participate even internationally. But we have to build strong teams locally and then start competitions and also play internationally. We can't wait for that opportunity. It's a very good sport. I heard from other deaf people that there'll be this training here at Zakhele, and then they invited me and then I decided to come. It's a very interesting sport and I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning a lot. I think I'll continue playing and I think I will add it as one of the sports that I know because I play many different sports.
Beautiful stuff, of course, there where you have actually players, especially those deaf players, of course, expressing their joy. And of course, just to give credits, the voice of in the background is of our colleague Mbongwatube, who normally does sign language here on the news. Of course, one way to show that there is working together of both of employees, both the association, both the sport people. Now, I mean, in the screen, what are you trying to emphasize?
Ukuthi Fabrice cishe before yonke activation abaqale labamfu bafundiswa ngale mithetho yale sport because it's a new sport kumele bathi le mithetho before badlale bathi le mithetho ukuthi nguphi lokuvumelekile nguphi lokungakavumeleki so nabo ke le Deaf Association kaManzini sacala ngekubani ikhombisa yona le mithetho ye tech ball the basics rules aka tech ball bakhona ke kwabamba then kwasese bahamba ke ba gym and I was very happy on the day because besebenzisa amatafula la ngu4 kuphela and bo coach cishe almost every table lebesinabo 2 mina as a technical director was happy because I was able to ngisho kulabo coach ukuthi sidakwenda in, then ngihambe kulolonke letafula ngibona ukuthi bayakwenda in, and nangabe ngipart of labo coach ngikuvamise kwenziwa ngipresident abuke lokuthi siyakhona nikwenda cishe onke lokufana nako yabona. So I was very happy on that day even though belishisa langa.
Where to as we move on the next topic now?
The maning lama activations Fabrice, in fact isitawuhambela nje cishe ngemgcibelo kunalenye nema academies itawuhanjelwa lamba bane nje khona academy lekhona iliclickers nayo itaba part of le kule calendar maning kakhulu Fabrice ngicabanga nje about 6 in the next 2 weeks nangikhumbula kahle ema activations lemela bekhona.
That's of course a hard-working association, having of course launched or rather founded its roots in the kingdom about 6 or 7 months ago. That's how far they have reached. That's how far they're making an impact in the lives of Eswatini. Moving on now, tennis association over the weekend, they were in Mhlume, where under 10s and under 12 were involved in the tournament. Now, if you know tennis in the kingdom of Eswatini, not to say that it was founded or its roots comes from Mhlume, but that's where you talk about biggest player in the industry. Some of the well-known faces also were trained and raised in Mhlume. I mean, Mhlume, it's one area where apart from Babane Manzini corridor, tennis also is dominated.
Fabrice ngicabanga sina ubuka la siqale khona ngale show siqale kube namavikana wakhuluma ngema athletics ngeprogram labanayo ngileta ku ngeweekend ilandzela ngetech ball sita ngetennis ngicabanga ukuthi i-sports development in fact nawusakada ma sports ngicabanga ukuthi kakhulu uyaye ube associated na ku sports development. Emhlume esimunye ukhuluma nge tennis lebe khona lebe hostwe ngiyo i-tennis association ngicabanga ukuthi sike saveta even before washo na president nakangena office ukuthi kakhulu kumele ba focus kuko kakhulu ngilabantwana labancane ku grooma ema players lamancane.
They are very young, as you can tell.
Esimunye ke most of them inkumbi ama tennis players la velile nalamancane lakhona avele esimunye so kungako ba decide kuyibeka esimunye even ngenale facility but it wasn't only badlali labaqhamuka esimunye even nalabaqhamuka kubuhlathi nakubumanzini bebakhona. So ngicabanga ukuthi dinengile imvo lethu na ubukuthi ama under 10 nama under 12 bafundiswa lama sport vele esikhuthathe kona ukuthi umvana nakasesemncane sithi Siswati umthenze uhlaba usamila noma ke uligoba lisesemanti because naseliqinile mntasi uyaligoba lephuke. So ngicabanga ukuthi this is the best.
Monitor them at early age. Yes.
Exactly Fabrice, I'm happy ngendlela
translation.
Yeah, translate ngayo.
Now they have it. I mean, sikhuluma nge development at this point in time, but I think there's been a concern. Sawungena kubo coach and the winners, they will say something, but the concern it's master tennis, they are doing well. Don't get me wrong. Sikhulumile master would say golf, tennis. These are some of the sporting courses ngasho ukuthi so far kubahambela kahle. I think ibhola abo basketball funa bafunze khona. Now ubuka nje, what can we do? I think the other parts of the country also they want the same attention. What can we do? Akusho ukuthi maybe bola vumisa kude.
But first, Fabrice, let's talk about the tennis court itself.
Yes.
Because we had to go to tennis court. Lena behlukaniswe in tennis court
in two parts.
Yes, in 2 parts. Ngicabanga ukuthi vele most of onke lama sports lamanye bese salahlekelwa ngilama basics because nangabe utrainer umvana umdlalisi for example nangabe utawudlalisa umdlalo webhola ngeke uzumfake lapha kasomhlolo lona 10 utsakagijime lonke le ground uyalihlukanisa le ground wendele lo silomva agijime lomvana agijime indzawo lelingene yena kufana nebhola ibhola le khahlelwa tinyawo 12 year old awumniki lo size 5 yabona ungamane umnike size 4 noma size 3 wendela ukuthi kungabi nalama injuries la ngeke aza ukukhone kwanesa sakhulile. So i-tennis association ikhonile ukubona lokho because international standard vele ukuthi bamvala nabadlala le tennis court kudzinga ukuthi ingabi kulele nkulu
umqali and it was practiced over here again
kakhulu. So ngako nje ngithi cishe tonke letinvo letingoni lama standards labekiwe badilanzela.
They have it now. On the day, of course, people were awarded, and of course, the winners on the day, and the coaches also had some reactions, as you can see from the pictures. Before maybe we get to that, I'm happy from what we're seeing that they are very young. Like when you talk about under 10s and under 12, there's no cheating. It's really the age from the screen. And as you can see from the president there in the middle, wearing some nice branded Paris t-shirt. Now, it was a beautiful day. I want us just to hear from the coaches and the winners on the day. What's the reaction? Then we'll get back to our analysis after the interviews. Listen to this.
Kokucala nje la ngakubeka ukuthi isikhathi sabo COVID lethi. So nawubona abantwana baphume kanje umkhankaso uba very impressed and very excited ukubona ukuthi cha inqhubekela phambili tabakhona ka tennis. So ke njengoba usho umsakade wami ukuthi isuccess ikhona bengakabheke ukuthi kube kanje. Ngalokuthi vele mhlawumbe batali nesimo singastawuthi kuhamba sizula sehla senyuka akufuneki but nje ngoba tennis yavumeleke eveni. Sibabonile abantu baphuma ngetingani batodlala ema-under 10 nema-under 12 njengoba wati ukuthi si affiliated ku International Tennis Federation, so this is a worldwide concept yokwenta ukuthi bantwana bangene malula ka tennis basheshe bayibambe i-tennis bayidlala. So ke le tennis court nasinciphisa iba ngangabo basheshe bayibambe nje ubonile nje ukuthi abanye bakhona nje bafika ba-improve khona la ezibadlala. So ke i-tennis ke sport vele lesikhuni ukuthi usheshe usifunze. But kwase kuyabonakala ke ukuthi nakuhamba kwesikhathi akuncishiswe lama-courts kuncishiswe ama-rackets bantwana bangastrugglishi kufunza umphebetho. Lesasikwendile nje nyalo sesifikile eshiselweni njengoba ubonile bakhona abantwana bakontshingila primary bala sesiwakhaverishe onke lama-regions. Kuseleke nyalo ukuthi i-region nge-region salikhula iyembili kubonakale khona ama-tennis courts akhiwa kubonakale tikolo letinye tingena kubonakale bo-coach baphuma khona kubonakale badlali baphuma ba representative. So ke vele ke kuyajabulisa kubona lokho ukuthi live licishe tawcoverisheka in the near future ngetemphebetho.
It is very nice. Had fun.
You had fun?
Yes.
How was the final? Did you think you were going to win the final?
Yes, I did. I believed in myself.
You believed in yourself?
Yes.
Where do you want to go with tennis as you grow up?
I want to be a super player. I'm being really good in playing tennis. I feel happy ngoba vele bengimisele lokudlala tennis. Futhi bengihlala ngipractice onke malanga. Ngema Wednesday nangibuya esikoleni na Monday bengitanga gym. Ngifisa ukudlala izingeni labo Serena Williams. Serena Williams is my model. Angitiva improve ngoba kunabantu labajimako kakhulu so bafuna ukungishaya babuka ngekuthi mina ngishala abadzala kodwa ngimncane bona bathatha ukuthi ngimdzala kunabo bathi ngimdzala bangangivumeli kula ma tournament ema 12 mara na 12 ngidlalele ema 14 yeah.
Alright, kokugcina benjani the final Bocabanga yini ukuthi utawina or the competition or opponent yakho be difficultness ale final benjani?
Yeah, bengisho kancane 75% ukuthi ngitawina but le competition beyilikhulu kakhulu. Beyilikhulu.
Beautiful stuff from our production team, of course, all the way to Mhlume, where they had to take beautiful interviews. And I think one thing that I want to also express is that how the kids are expressing themselves, they are happy, Dlamini. And I think Sasa Shogutsi Fere, TV Maswat, but express, Muvano to express as happy, playing the sport. I want to be like Serena Williams. That's the sport you want to watch. That's the development you want to see in the country.
Exactly. Aim high. Gajabulisa umunangabe umvalo omncane a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old ikhuluma ngabo Serena Williams. In fact ngihlale ngithi bantwana bonke nangabe ngithola isikhathi ngibacoacha noma ngibamotivate ukuthi unga aim. Yes, South Africa bomakhelwane bethu ungasho nje ukuthi ufuna kufana nabo nebadlali babo South Africa. Yes, nabo bagood, but if utaw aim high ngicabanga ukuthi usuke uaime kahle kakhulu. So but uthi that young boy uyakhala ukhala ngokuthi abavumi ukuthi
maybe it's the height. He doesn't look like he's 12.
Exactly. Mina Fabrice ngakutshela something. I had a very same problem. Mangicala kudlala ku school team yebhola ngadlala ngina 15 bebathi nginemanga bebathi ngina 18.
That's the boy.
So ngicabanga ukuthi naye udibana ne very same problem because unalelithambo ukhulile, so bukakala ngathi una 15 kanti una 12. He's only 12.
So if they look at him, maybe he can play in the under 17.
Uyabashaya vele labadzala kunaye. Nalabana 12 uyabashaya. So kungakho bekubonakala ngathi hayi man.
So he needs to be upgraded and played like with the likes of Lofline and you know.
Yes, it's okay ukuthi umdlalise umvana nalabadzala kodwa ngathi nasengesikhathi asahluleka bese sekumlimata le spirit saka asivele bangifake nabantu labadzala. Ngicabanga ukuthi wonke umuntu adlale ahambe ngalesigaba ngesigaba then kancane nasathi 15 suyamfaka nalabana 17 uyabona, but inyalo he's 12, only 12. Ngicabanga ukuthi ngabe kukhakhamela ukuthi bese sodlala nabamlabana bo 18 19, but nje is coming up. Okay, we remember the last time sikhuluma naye lapha kalobamba wakhuluma wathi ema trophies la nawo akasakhona akasathi nokuthi mangakhi akasathi nokuthi awabeka phi lamanye. So ngicabanga ukuthi utakahle utasafika nje bo 16 17 18 uyawuba so ay superstar.
They have it, and I think at the end of the day, some motivational speeches were held and everything. Beautiful day I can see in Mhlume. The sun is out there. The athletes are, of course, happy. President Jed addressing some of the athletes. This is the young man. He believes he's 12. Don't make him play in the upper stage. Now, moving on, cricket was also active over the weekend. Their league was, in action over the weekend. Another sport, Singasho would see, since they were given permission to proceed with the activities, Dlamini, they have been very active. Nakurumanga cricket, having also seen the women's league now starting the weekend activities now are always active. Whenever you have time, just that supporters are not allowed, but if it was allowed, it would be a good idea to pass by Markens Country Club and see what's happening. Beautiful stuff. The likes of Park 11 were involved in action, but I think where we can maybe give more attention, is to say when you look at the results, maybe we'll get to the visuals and talk about the dominated side of Eswatini. What are you seeing on the screen there, Lamin?
Bekudlala Fabrice cricket Mbabane idlala on the day ngicabanga ukuthi yagcina iwinile yona on the day ne Park 11 beyidlala ke Fabrice on the day. Siyathi ukuthi Park 11 sike sakhuluma ngayo kakhulu igame lebayidliwe nje yakhumbula ukuthi about 2 or 3 weeks igame lebayidliwe, otherwise since this calendar year bebangazi badliwa baneluzinyo. So ngicabanga ukuthi baqhubekile ke nekudlala kahle Fabrice nge weekend. But I was very, very happy club yalambabane. See, most of the time says notice ukuthi in fact bantu vele ba believe ukuthi cricket our friends from Asia is I
like the language you're using. Very professional. Our friends from Asia.
Yes.
Not to use foreigners. No. They're not foreigners. They are friends from Asia.
Fabrice, I hate the word foreigner.
Especially in sport.
I hate that word foreigner because everyone is a foreigner somewhere else.
Yeah.
So ngicabanga ukuthi so bengichaza wona ukuthi ba believe ukuthi the sport is played by our friends from Asia, but this club from Babane igcwele the natives Maswati. So kuhle nawubona I hate bantu laba stereotype Fabrice nabathi bona cricket tennis uyabona believe nokuthi sonke sport asoke uzama usibone ukuthi singakwehlula yini, because ngenteka kube ustar leso sport leso. So nale cricket
and the mixture, I noted, you see the friends from our friends from Asia together in the same team with this is the spirit we want to watch.
Yeah, This is the right way to fight racism emhlabeni ukuthi onke ama races abhekane kungabe necwasana ngolibala. So I'm happy Basman.
What do you think the cameraman was trying to show us from the legs going up to the protection?
Ema Basman Fabrice kunana kulabathi kumele ahlale alert. So ngesikhathi enda ubuka le bhola ukuthi nangabe ayishaya le bhola ukuthi ihlala ibamba
bukana le sequence of le titfombe ngosi ukuthi from showing the legs now this is what you are talking about, protection.
Protection ngilo ngifakwa kula ukhuluma ngala machine guards awafanani ngena la sebholeni lawa mathe afika la ngetulu kwelitholo, but look at the way that guy is bowling Fabrice. I'm happy man, I'm happy every day, every week nawubukela cricket ngicabanga ukuthi le improvement yes yona mhlambe ingasuka from 0.5 yenyuke kancane, but I'm very happy.
And of course, having of course watched the beautiful pictures, there's also some reactions coming from some of the players, of course, on the day to see what they think about the activities taking place under the Cricket League. Listen to this.
When I standard day uthena kuqala uqale kwaba slow bantu basese rust. Kodwa nje ngekuhamba kwesikhathi nyalo soyikhona le competition bonke abantu sebabona kahle sebabuyile manje. Kusho ngakubuka kwami ngoba ngetenganazana nangibuka kushoda lokho ukuthi sine nje ezisibadlali sithole noma ama facilities lesingakhona lokuthi sikhona ukupractice kwanyalo ngiloko inbele khanda siyasishaya ngama facilities sithe kahle lama facilities ngakho lokho practice, otherwise with good practice the standard isingenyuka esivele. Ngaqala 2014 nasidlala iWCL eBinoni.
Wacela nini?
Ngadlala kulowo mnyaka loyo.
Okay. Unesikhathi singanani cricket?
Ngicala 2010.
So na 10 years.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngiko lokuthi ku improve lama facilities khona lokuthi sibe at least ku proximity alanazana lendlela sitaba khona sitakwazi ukuthi mhlambe sibe nale access yokuthola ama facilities onke umuntu abe khona lokuthi nakaba athola isikhathi ehambe yo practice into leti kanjalo nale ku improve ke badlali laba the indigenous badlali bakithi emaswa ngete kwa team ngete competition, so it's a good thing ngete kwa team. Kuyazanywa kwentiwa lokho ngiyakubona kuma ladies nje sekukhona ama team leqhamuka enhlangano, kodwa ke la kuma males vele sise congested ngala inazana ngenza bekuthi ama facilities akhona la around Mazini. Ngiko lokwenta ukuthi vele badlali bakhona lokunaza lokutravel abetela ingangena enzawo le central kwanyalo ngona lokwenta ukuthi sikhona lokuthi sibe ndzawonye angabi spread.
Of course, that is Mr. Musa Twala, who is one of the well-known national team players, expressing how is the league going, giving his verdict on the standard, how he thinks, he believes now improving of standard of facilities is needed, and also just get clubs from also other parts of the nation, not only based in the Mbabane Manzini corridor. As for women, they have started doing that. So he was actually Mr. Musa Twala giving us an overview. Now, I mean, moving on, time is against us. Pool. It's another active sport. Yeah. These are some of the pictures, of course, were still showing on how things were going over the weekend. Of course, as you can see, what you talked about, the mixture of the players. There is no racism. There's nothing to be worried about these clubs. They know what is the spirit of the sport, and I think there's something they're also trying to show us from the pictures. What's your reaction?
For President Kabansila khala ngako kakhulu ukhala nge facility, but again ukhuluma ngendzaba yemajezi. Ngicabanga ukuthi tonke letinvo leto kudzinga ukuthi nawudlala sport ukhuluma ngefacility, ukhuluma ngeequipment, lo equipment ibandi because ufaka ijezi lokudlala ngathi, ufake tonke letinvo leto labo makalapa labasebenziswa ku le bat, tonke letinvo leto lengicabanga ukuthi kusamele vele improve, but ke kule facility ngicabanga ukuthi even ema sponsors angazama angenelele support la nga supporta khona because nyalo nje kusentiswa iMalkens Club but kunema teams asenhlangano nawo bangajabula cost ema games khona enhlangano kune teams abosimunye bangajabula cost ema games khona so ngicabanga ukuthi le dot involved lele ukuthi tidinga ti improve because le standard sona siyenyuka but simosha the major stumbling block le facility.
They have it. Beautiful stuff, of course, coming from Dlamini. Like I said earlier on, he has a passion for cricket. He has a feeling about this sport, and he has a future in this sport. Who knows? We could talk about a new coach in the industry. He could be loaned from what he loves, which is football and athletics, and maybe used for cricket. Otherwise, moving on, pool was another sport where they resumed their league activities over the weekend. So talking about the league activities, I mean, this is the table results Sunday and Saturdays, and you look at maybe teams like Reps, look at Manzini Masters. There is correctional after of course getting a mandate from their bosses at the correctional facility. They actually hitting the ground running, hitting Mangayane 13-6. Wow.
Yes, Fabrice, but
currently leading with the 4 points.
Yes, we in one against Garrison. Nema Reps again now. Ya wina Reps. Kufika 13-4. Manzini Masters nakona nabo siyakumbula last season. Ba winile against Pokweni 13-0. But correctional. Bayivulile ke gap lapha eTulu kancane bebadlala neMankayane bayishaya 13-6 ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona vele ngicabanga ukuthi so bakhombisa ukuthi bona kahle bafuna ini kule league le so uyabona nje ukuthi lapha eTulu balida nga 4 points.
This is the table, I mean, yes.
Yes, 4 points balida kuma Reps, but iReps in a game in hand. I-correctional idlale 10, iReps idlale 9, so ngicabanga ukuthi bangabe excited kakhulu because my Reps now this season bete kabi.
Just to have a chat with the correctional captain, Mr. Flag Ngumara. If maybe we can have the table again, just quickly before we get to the interviews. On the table, you see correctional being number 1. You've got Reps being number 2. I think there's a team called France somewhere. That's number 5. So Utsi, Mr. Ngumaro, Flag Ngumaro, the captain of correctional, they are left about 5 games. One of the games they are worried about is that team called France. Otherwise, bangasha game lane. But when the games, then they are sure to go. But you've mentioned Reps.
Yes, a very very good team yalapha eliyang yona France. Lengicabanga vele beka flag beka show yona nakakhuluma indzaba yeku yekusikumele babe worried ngayo iFrance because sekusela ama games lamancane kakhulu so ngicabanga ukuthi every game nyalo itaba tough for them because they are a team to beat. Wonke move uyafuna kudla yona correctional, but ngicabanga nje ukuthi kutaba ileague kutaba i-4 finish nangayibeka kanjalo.
Yeah, this is the game bokhuluma ngayo Dlamini, correctional against Mangayane, the 13-6 results where you can see of course the Mangayane team in should I say almost purplish or something, then the green it's the correctional. Now we did get a chance of course to talk to both teams captain being Flag Ngumalo and Apele Ndlangamandla. This is what they had to say.
Lamalanga asidlali kahle so but kulo 4 games losele sizama kuphushela ukuthi simane sibe top 5. Yes, kutasita kakhulu because second round sicala kahle siqale top 5. Highest position is kwaba number 4. Yes. Stawudibana ne-Garizim, nePhocweni, ne-Figareto, ne-Khoza leyokugcina. Yes. No, listen balini kakhulu libo 80%, 90%. Which is the one.
Solo sizihamba kuyo le mandate ya Commissioner General ukuthi kumele sibuye nale league le season. So sisohleti number 1. I-pressure ikhona because amaphoyisa asemva kwethu. They are always putting pressure from us. But maintain everything ukuthi singadisturb sichubeke sifocus ama games ethu. 1 game at a time ngiloko lokusita kakhulu. Ma games lase next week is break it in la teams achubeka. Amaphoyisa ane chance capitalize on Valescan. Nasibuya sodlana no Masters kaManzini
sibuye siyeBhunya nasisuka eBhunya sibuya sidlala neFigueres. Igame letasinika i-challenge i-team yethu yaseFrance le kumele sidlale nasibuya break. France ngiyona i-team lelikhuni because number 4. Batasinika kakhulu i-challenge. Then lama masters iFigueres neBhunya sitawuzama all means ukuthi vele singaluze ama-point.
In the interest of time, I mean, Yamuva Flag Numar, Uskaringa appeal in Langamalda expressing how Imangayane they are just chasing the top 5. Highest position here we have a top 4, but Bafuni top 5 in Jagunga Peri first round. I mean, Gunga Peri the league. Now move Flag Numalo, Ukutsinzinza, a team of France, Tinzilla Surahamba, the mandate your commissioner general. What's in Namakamaya?
Kabagusi Lengu Nagil Lapak Flag, Kulumang France, Gutsi, Neo, item later, but Utsila Mai, but Auzama, but Begal Batsisa, Agafun Gulbeang and Baba Gutsila Lamanye, but Kabagusi Batawa win Agalula. Because Utsiteba worried in France, Lalamanye Batauzama was about win. But now funza lengulumo itsi lalamanye sesivele swawinile i-team letasninging France.
There have it. There's the beautiful pictures, of course, from a production team there at correctional facilities in Matsapa, where the games were being played over the weekend. Now, moving on international, of course, the story that currently Master Sangashokusi that is making waves and headlines today is it's in touch of the death of one of the great goalkeepers in the Republic of South Africa. One of them, Senzo Meyiwa, who passed away back in 2014, should I say, about 6 years ago, yes, where now the suspect were actually arrested today. 5 suspects, I mean. But singangene kakhulu kuma suspect ukuthi ngibobani, but sikhuluma ngale industry nje 6 years later that people had actually started to forget ukuthi there was one of the best goalkeepers, Senzo Meyiwa. But now the story is back on our headlines. Sitsini ngale ndzaba Dlamini.
Fabrice ukhuluma yona indzaba Senzo Meyiwa become goalkeeper we Orlando Pirates at that time. Aphinza goalkeeper weBafana Bafana.
Yes.
2014 wasishiya eFlosphorus. But is CCS solo ashona bekusolo kufunwa ke ba suspect lababulali bakhe. Ngiyakhumbula one of a guy from KZN wakambatha about 5 years or 4 years ago wakwabanjwa kwatholakala ukuthi akusuyi. I just hope because
the brother mentioned the same things. I want to see the person really made it, my brother.
Kusasa kutabe kunalo kumbuto yala ma suspect ngicaba ukuthi sistabe solo skatsile sonke ukuthi kutawuphumana umphumelelo utawuphuma but
good goalkeeper.
He was a very good goalkeeper. Labekanika yona khona I-competition ku national team. May his soul forever rest in peace.
There you have it. Now the resumption of the Premier Soccer League under now a new sponsorship. I mean, DSTV. How did you know that maybe on the field of play it doesn't show that there's a new sponsor? But yeah, day one, some surprises.
Some surprises, Fabrice Ukuluma. There was a big game. Mamelodi Sundowns, the reigning champions. IO DSTV, or in fact, Labawina Absa Premiership, but they are the reigning champions. South Africa, but they hammered Kaizer Chiefs 3-0. Lenkabang Kaizer Chiefs siyakhumbula ukuthi isenele ban ya FIFA ayikakhona ukusayina abadlali badlala incumo labasebentile the youngsters but ngala kuma Mamelodi Sundowns basayina abadlali abahle kakhulu bangete sam uJosh Maluleka lochamuka khona Kaizer Chiefs Kermit Erasmus siyamathi ke vele ukuthi every time nakadibana nakhune uyamhlupha vele sengicabanga nje ukuthi sabona igame lenhle kakhulu Orlando Pirates yadraw yona idlala neMazulu bese sekuba neTS Galaxy ngicabanga ukuthi sine interest kakhulu simaswati with the two players la khona South Africa even nale partnership labanayo ne Tambuti sorry not Tambuti Kelly's Tabankulu Kelly's yes bebadlala ke neTTM Chakuma Tanda Villa team yakhona eLimpopo ngicaba ukuthi ya draw 1-1 leyo game lebe kwigame lemnanzi kakhulu icele kahle kakhulu iDStv Premiership this season ngicaba nje ukuthi lo 15 million cause first prize 15 million utaba matima kakhulu cause nabo ukuthi Sundowns sayinile Orlando Pirates sayinile Chiefs ayikasayini inakhoshilo musha but sitawubona.
Now, I won't say a lot, but I've heard, and we've heard from reliable sources, that Chiefs want a local player. Have you heard about that?
Fabrice, mina uyangathi angivamisi ngizange iminyaka emilengi 7 la angikaze ngakhuluma indvo lengasiyo angiwakhulumi emanga iruma futhi lengasiyo angikhulumi ngivele ngibinzi akusiyo.
There you have it. Now, moving on abroad. Now, there's one thing I want to express is that when you talk about breaking records, sometimes when it's more beyond natural being, it's actually no more exciting. What this guy has done actually, every day, he's breaking records. Lewis Hamilton. Now, it's no more a story to talk about because whenever he's racing, you're expecting a record to be broken. Let me talk about this guy, Lewis.
Lewis Hamilton, is he the GOAT? The greatest of all time? Maybe yes. Because go overtaker Michael Schumacher and that's a massive siyakhumbula ukuthi about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago sakhuluma ukuthi equale yena i-record 91 wins i-record yakhe Michael Schumacher, but he surpassed Michael Schumacher's record sona 92 wins yena Lewis Hamilton lengicabanga ukuthi vele uyadeserve ukuthi abe the greatest of all time if Aksuye, who else?
They have it. Quickly, English Premiership. We're impressed with what we saw over the weekend. I mean, Manchester, Chelsea came, not. Both teams, Manchester coming from Paris midweek, they had too much to say about the game. Hey, we win, Chelsea, we've signed. Is it too early to start judging?
Fabrice, VAR.
It's a problem.
It disturbs a flow. The best league in the world is the English Premiership.
True.
But you're no VAR.
City, West, I think they are now facing the worst start of 5 games since Pep took over. Now they have 8 points in 5 games. Pep has never drawn 2 games and lose a game in the first. When they go to City,
remember, Manchester City have never won a Premier League title without Vincent Kompany. So isizini yakhe lena yesibili angekho abakaze bayiwina ileague battle struggleish.
Liverpool, is it too early to tell that maybe they will struggle? Van Dijk is not around, but now Fabinho seemingly is taking care of things in the back.
Van Dijk is not around, but they were able to win a weekend. But I win a league lena Fabrice ngisho lokhu namhla 26. Yeah, but I win a league, but I pins a league because angibone kune team leta khona ba challenger lamanye ama teams asaka, but Liverpool ngicabanga ukuthi banawo masters leta khona ukuthi adlale and nababuya labo batabuya vele sebatsingeka kakhulu, but I win a league.
Ngitsinze kancane inhliziyo yakho master. Vardy did what Vardy did against Arsenal. Utsini Arsenal bakhulumile ukuthi there's no party without Thomas or Thomas without party. When they get one note at home.
Unfortunately, Jamie Vardy spoiled that party. Thomas Partey bewike yakhe ekuqala English Premiership. Lengicabanga idliwe Arsenal idliwa ngo-1 not. Lengicabanga nakhona lapho Arsenal usazama coach wabo kuhlanganisa those combinations. But angiboni i-challenge for i-league this season is too early.
Wow, there you have it. And of course, not forgetting to mention how the El Clasico went over the weekend. 3-1 against Barcelona. That's Real Madrid, of course, winning the game. Their 96th Clasico victory against Barcelona. Otherwise, it has been beautiful time being here from the moment we had Victor Dlamini, aka Mavikan, as our guest to talk about national championships, and we welcomed our in-house analyst, Mr. Dlamini, to tell us about weekend activities, pool, cricket, tech ball, with their journey, of course, to emphasize and teaching people about the sport. And then, of course, we're not forgetting tennis in Mhluma. International, of course, we touched on what's making waves, including the Senzo Meyiwa story, where now 5 suspects have been arrested. Otherwise, if you just missed this program, of course, there's always a way to watch the program through our YouTube channel, where you can always get it at your own time. Otherwise, there is a repeat for the same program next day at 8 in the morning. Do not miss next week time, because what we do, it's all about sport in this house. Otherwise, senda kanjalo sithela kamnanzi.